Excellency Atiku said on his arrival on the day, Governor Soludo said to him that he believes that he would work when he wins, and so urged him to reconstruct all the federal roads and control erosion menace in the state, as Anambra is regarded as the erosion headquarters in the country. So it's almost as if Soludo has a foresight. He's trying to tell him, see, when you win, not if you win the election, these are the things to do. What was that vote of confidence for, and do you think he should count on it?
There is a sense in what Soludo is saying. He has obviously made his calculation. He's a politician, has been in the terrain for some time, knowing that you have 19 northern states that has greater percentage of the vote, and then knowing that though Anambra has ABGA as government, but they have always, even ABGA, worked at critical time for PDP presidential candidate. He also knows that the Southeast will not gain anything if they wish their votes to any other party out of sentiment and out of anger. And he has said that earlier on, that you have to be strategic in thinking this time around, and whatever we do today about this presidential election, we must think about tomorrow. And the outcome for tomorrow is that the candidates have emerged, and they cannot win presidential election as Nigeria is constituted today from the fringes. I mean, fringes of a minor political party. And besides, we from the Southeast believe as much as Soludo does that we've looked at the 5-point agenda of His Excellency Atiku Abubakar. And the core in the 5-point agenda, I took out the 2, which is restructuring. It is number 1 thing we need in Southeast, restructuring. And secondly, giving the economic development, the economic reawakening to the private sector. And when you talk about private sector, what are you talking about? Southeasterners, who are entrepreneurs, who are hardworking people, who just want a free economy to be able to do what they know how to do best. These 2 critical things, we need it. And the only person who can do that better in these circumstances is His Excellency Atiku Abubakar. That's why we believe in this project. There's nothing else. And among other so many things, which I'm glad that the governor of Anambra State shared with us. So he says that when he means what he says. And I think also that we who see beyond sentiment and emotions in Southeast believe in this. We are not in this for ourselves. We're in this because at some point some people must have to stand firm and in the midst of all difficulties and say things the way they are. And I am glad a lot of Anambra people are listening. And then you see one thing unique about that rally you saw in Anambra State. It was 99.5% PDP family. The other half is just support groups. And every single person in that venue was accredited. They came from 360-something wards in Anambra State, only PDP. We felt we have to do it for us by ourselves to come and even listen to the man we are trying to follow. And then with that, they have taken the messages to all the nooks and corners. They're campaigning from the polling booths, from the wards, and then obviously all the local governments in Anambra State. So we're looking for better days in this election.
Better days in the election. So the indices you painted earlier really have actually changed as we speak today. When you said every Southeast state had earlier, before now, in every election supported the People's Democratic Party, including APGA in Anambra State. But this has changed, like you alluded earlier to. You now have two APC states in the Southeast. You still have APGA there, meaning that you have only 2 PDP states left. And then another indices that has emerged is that you also have a son of the soil who is also eminently qualified in the calculation of some people who is also running. So what makes you think that, the PDP should still take the votes in the Southeast?
Yes, obviously, we have an eminently qualified son. If it were to be in my powers, I would obviously give him the power and say, go and become the president of Nigeria and support him, like we have done in the past. But again, the reality today is that a platform is very, very important. I've run for election. You followed my election. And you'll recall until that night of primaries, I was 80%, considered to be the governor in the waiting. And until that cheated in the primary, where they padded some votes and shortchanged me, it changes. So moving into Zenith Labour Party within a short period of time to achieve the purpose of ensuring that obviously those who committed that act did not succeed, it changed. I can give you real testimony of
real life experience.
How a weak party cannot take you anywhere. We were talking about Anambra State. We're talking about presidential election, entire nation. You need just more than one person who is so loved, who is so accepted, who is so wanted by so many people to win the election. You need a party structure. So that is why no matter what happens, PDP is a party to reckon with at any national election. So for us, we are happy with the progress our brother has made. It is a political capital that can be cashed out in the future. But as we state today, it is just articles time, and that is a reality, and we will be voting for reality.
All right, whether there is a currency there is, but not for now. At the moment.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's look at the fact that, I mean, from Anambra to Imo, Imo was on the 17th, and a lot of people came out. And in fact, what we did see was that His Excellency even used that campaign flag off to also look at the pulse of the people, whether they were politicians from the PDP or not. There was a mammoth crowd. And he did ask them, do you want PDP to return? And there was this array of excitement. So there seems to be energy from the Southeast for the candidacy of His Excellency Atiku Abubakar. In the general overview, I mean, from Anambra to Imo, the Southeast, what do you think that means for his presidency? Because again, we've seen that back and forth on, will the votes be divided between this party and Party A and Party B? But from what you have seen, on ground, what is the telltale sign?
Well, everybody knows that PDP era in Asorok was a golden era. There is a good memory compared to the life we're living today. People want PDP back. The Southeasterners, as much as we desired to have a presidential candidate that would win the election, which was in PDP expected to be in our own platform, and we missed that out in the primaries. We are beginning to gradually overcome our emotion, overcome our anger, and overcome our sentiment, and listening to the gospel of staying in PDP, being patient with this, and waiting for our own time. And our time will come. I've always said that we wouldn't have invested so much in PDP and then step out this time around when we're almost at the bank of the river and waiting to cross. It would be a monumental loss for us. And then we can't live with the consequences, because we're talking about probably waiting for another 16 years. So this will not only, the PDP presidency will not only give us a restructured Nigeria, free economy that will be private sector based, it will give us the closest chance to produce the next president from the Southeast. So I think that this is the excitement. I've always said that Anambra is an epicenter of this election, considering the fact that you have a strong candidate coming from that state, and that whatever happens in Anambra State for PDP could be a roller coaster in other states. So Anambra went well in their rally. People came with passion and the emotion. They demonstrated that. And then it triggered off the next rally in Imo State.
nothing to be worried about the APC, which has got 2 states and 2 strong governors who are highly connected to the corridors of power in Abuja. That is one. And secondly, listening to Professor Charles Soludo, the governor of Anambra, speaking at, during that rally, he did say that Atiku and one other are just 2 front runners, even though he left Nigerians wondering who the second runner is. So, isn't that a worry or a bother for the PDP?
Honestly speaking, you don't want to go into this kind of a big battle, taking anybody for granted. Soludo may say there are 2 front runners. We're happy our candidate is one of them. But for us in PDP, anybody that is running, we consider the person as a possible threat. So we plan without taking chances at all. So for APC, going by the records from 2015, 2019, they have not won much votes in the Southeast. And even situation now will be worse because there is really nothing much to show. And as you may have known, the presidential candidate of APC did not even step foot in the Southeast during the primaries, even to campaign with his own party people to be elected. I will be surprised if we will do much now to seek for the votes of Southeasterners. So that may be why some people discountenance them in the case of Southeast. But for us, we don't want to take chances. We're working as if everybody on the ballot is a potential threat.
Now, there is a fear, and I think a reasonable one as well, because data from INEC shows that the Southeast has over 10.9 million registered voters, and while they also have in time 930,000 PVCs ready for collection by new registrants. But there seems to be a fear that the insecurity may mar that number from even coming forward to vote, and that those numbers could reduce in terms of people who have access to come and collect their PVCs. Is this something that the PDP is worried about, and what are the interventions being muted to handle this?
Yes, we are worried because every single vote counts in this election. We wouldn't want a situation where potential voters do not turn out because of fear of insecurity or become nonchalant about picking their voters card. There is a whole lot of sensitization program going on, not only by the political parties, even by groups, the churches, the communities, because everybody is aware now that your vote is your power. So we continue to sensitize people, and we are very hopeful that by the deadline of the pickup of the voters card, we would have had some improvement. As of security, people are now determined to work so hard not to allow anybody to deter them. Recall that shortly before the rally, there was this reckless announcement from this individual who has been creating some confusion in the Southeast. And with that statement, nothing happened. Remember, there was this issue of sit at home. So
yes.